What's going on, everybody? Mario here. Yo, man, heading over to the BFW meeting. But before I do, I wanted to talk about the election because there's still some things I was not able to talk about last time, and I kind of want to discuss them now. One, the resounding red wave. I never thought I would see it. You know, people have been talking about this red wave for the longest. We didn't see it in last midterm, but we saw it today. I mean, just a couple of days ago. I thought that was just a myth, but apparently it does happen. Now, we have to be very smart these next few years, man, because most likely we might get majority in the House of Representatives. We already got majority in the Senate. And of course we have the president, and of course we have a very conservative Supreme Court. So everything's lining up for us. But in this next 2 years, we cannot mess around. We cannot take things for granted, guys. That midterm election is going to be crucial for us to be able to do what we need to do in order for us to take our country back. Now, the other issue that I want to talk about is how what's happening in California. Nobody's talking about it. If you guys noticed, Gavin Newsom, yesterday or the day before, he sent out a little tweet talking about he's going to have like a special committee to fight Trump and all kinds of stuff, right? And I started thinking, why is he freaking out the way he is? And come to find out, I started looking at I just went on Google and put election results, right? I looked at California as a whole, and if you look at it, pretty much majority of the counties, most of the counties in the state, with the exception of the larger cities, all are red. And I've never seen that before. This is the first time I've ever seen it. It was crazy to the point that it freaked out Gavin Newsom so much that that he's having to call this special election or a special meeting with all his liberal cronies, just trying to see what they can do to stop this momentum. It is crazy, guys. It is crazy what's happening in our country. I am glad people are waking up. I am glad people are starting to see that the left's agenda is to use people. I also want to thank a lot of the Black and Hispanic voters, because your vote was tremendous. 9% of Black men voted for Trump. They had a 9% increase from Black voters. And they had a 6% increase from Hispanic voters. Now, the one thing that really struck a chord with the left is how a majority of Latino voters in Florida voted for Trump. But they're so stupid, because the Democrats think that just because you're a person of color, you're automatically gonna vote Democrat. And that's not really the case, guys. It's not at all. You know, my thing is that all of us are head of households. Majority of us Black and Hispanic voters, men, are head of households. We pay the most amount of taxes because in most cases we make the most money. Whether you're married or single, some of them have, child support and all this other stuff. And you look at it and your money's not going anywhere. You buy a couple things here and there and you notice you're paying $100 in groceries. And all these little things add up. You pay more for insurance. Your property tax has gone up significantly. You know, you're paying more for the same stuff that you had before. You're paying more for gas. You're paying more for insurance. You're paying more for so many freaking things, guys. And it's taking a toll on everybody. And this is the reason why Latino voters voted for Trump. Now, another thing I want to tell you guys is that Latinos come from freaking communist freaking countries like Nicaragua, like Venezuela, like Cuba. And the whole reason why they came to the United States is to get away from that nonsense. Do you think they're going to vote people who have that same ideology? No, they're not. Not even freaking close, man. And I think that's the reason why the Democrats are so out of touch with their voters, is that they don't stop and think about the little things. They don't stop and think about how we are the providers of our families, and if for some reason something affects your wallet, it doesn't matter how much party loyalty you have. Your loyalty is to your family. Your loyalty is to you being able to pay mortgage the next month. That's where your loyalties are at. And I think this is where the Democrats are out of touch. If you are not doing anything to help the working people, but adding more freaking illegal immigrants into the country, and then wondering why the hell you can't find a job, even a low-paying job, because somebody else, Jose, took it over for you. And I'm being stereotypical here. It could be anybody. But, there's a lot of things that went on in this election that I hope to God everybody opens up their eyes. Because you know what? The demographic when it comes to voting has nothing to do with your skin color, man. It has to do with policies. And this election, I definitely saw that. When we talked to certain people, especially black voters, the first thing they said is, we don't like the policies of the left. And I've never, ever heard that before. Not to say that somehow black people are stupid and don't understand or don't try to read policies, but I've never gotten to the point where, people are talking about policies and talking about how this affects them and all kinds of stuff. And it's crazy, guys. It is crazy. Oh, sorry, because I'm driving here. I'm not driving anymore, but I was parking here. But anyways, it is crazy how that has changed dramatically, guys. So I think I think out of this, people need to understand that we're all Americans. There is no freaking demographic when it comes to white, Hispanic, Asian, Latino votes. My thing is that it should be about how you can better help people. And when it comes down to it, voters have loyalties to their families, to their well-being, to be able to provide for their families, man. And when you start bringing all this other crap like this wokeism and those other nonsense, what do you think's going to happen, man? Are you guys that dumb that you guys can't figure this out? My thing is that we all stand for something differently every time we do things around here, guys. We all have different motivations. So let's think about that for a minute, and I am glad that we won this election, because honestly, if we would have lost this election, I seriously would have doubt that anything would have changed. I think in reality, we would have gone into a deeper depression, and we probably would have had a modern day depression. We would have really gotten to a really dark place, So what are some of the things that I really want to see? I want to see a strong economy. I want to be able to secure our borders and be able to get rid of people that have no business in our country. I want us to be able to have lower interest rates. I want all of us to be able to afford groceries like we should, like something that we take for granted for so long. But now all of a sudden it's affecting everybody. The cost of living needs to slow down. I just want us to be a stronger, unified country. And I hope to God that people start looking at this, man. I hope you start really looking at, we can't keep our mouth shut, man. And we can't continue to, stand aside or not be vocal when you have all these woke people just trying to, stir the pot and try to make you feel guilty about how you feel or what you think. So, anyways, guys, that's all I got. Like always, God bless you. God bless United States of America. And I'm out.